Welcome everybody back to the Tribeman podcast. Again, I don't know what episode this is, probably 14 or 15 of the Tribeman podcast. This week I have one of my buddies here, but just to throw this out there, if you ever want to be on a podcast and you have a story to tell, but you also have to have a sense of humor, slide in my DMs and I love to interview. But with that being said, I'd like to introduce my guest. It's my buddy, Chris.
How you doing? Pleasure to be here, Tom.
So my first question is, what's your full name?
Christopher Michael Fanning.
All right, maybe you can explain your accent. Where are you from?
Well, from about as far as the crow flies, well, see, we're down south here, so it'd be West Fork, Arkansas. It'd be northwest from here. Am I correct?
I don't know, dude. I have no idea. I just know you're next to Kentucky. That's all. Yeah. Yeah. So, what's it like growing up in, what is it, West what?
Oh, West Fork, Arkansas.
West Fork, Arkansas.
Yeah. Boy.
What's it like growing up there?
Hillbillies, chicks, and dog ticks, man.
I mean, you got some good country artists that came out of Arkansas.
Yeah. What's his name?
Justin Moore.
Justin Moore, yeah. That's
I think, isn't Johnny Cash from Arkansas originally?
He is, I believe so. And then there was one more, was there not? Trace Adkins, maybe?
Well, he's a big boy too.
Hell if I know.
Yeah.
I can sing them. I just tell you where they came from.
What's it like growing up in Arkansas?
Oh well, it's all right.
What do you do for fun in Arkansas?
Oh, catch poison ivy.
Yeah. Like, as kids we played stickball, street hockey, stuff like that. What were you guys doing out there?
We do a lot of hunting, trapping.
Fishing,
catfishing down there. A lot of beer drinking then.
Are you catfishing by hand or by pole?
Oh, well.
Was it noodling?
Some of them noodle, but I don't necessarily like sticking my hand in a hole that I don't know what's in. But yeah, I fish a lot with a pole. Yeah. 3 poles at a time, actually.
All right. And then what are you trapping? I never trapped anything before.
Coons. Yeah.
Are they good? Can you eat them?
Oh, yeah.
I seen Xavier Leggett. He plays for the Carolina Panthers. He eats raccoon.
Does he? Yeah. You can eat coons. We make hats out of them.
You gotta take their clothes off. So they take about tugging the skin off. They take their clothes off.
Hide them out, and then we catch bobcats.
Bobcats?
Beaver, yeah. Muskrat.
You eat these things?
Not the bobcats, you don't. You just stiff them up and stuff them, put them on next to your couch for decoration pretty well.
What's the biggest cat you ever trapped?
Well, one time I caught a bobcat. I thought it was a bobcat anyway. It ended up being the neighbor's tomcat. But that son of a bitch was big now. I'm talking, it took me 3 days to catch it. It's underneath my trailer house, and me and my wife out there right before Christmas, and we were on our way to Grandma's house, and that son of a bitch come out from underneath the porch, and I mean, biggest tomcat I've ever seen in my life, really. It had brindle looking.
What is a tomcat for the people?
It's just a male cat, just a big old male cat. That's all it is. Kitty.
It's a kitty cat?
Yeah.
And it was that big?
Big old son of a bitch, though. I mean, I bet it weighed 25, 30 pounds. It barely fit in a live trap.
How do you trap a beaver?
Well, they got beaver traps that when some of them will go down there and stick their hands or head in there and whatnot. And then some of them have actual live water traps that they have.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And what do you do with the beaver?
Well, they hide them out. They sell their hides.
You sell their hides?
Mm-hmm.
And what do people do with the hides?
Well, they do all kinds of shit with them.
I'm not from Arkansas. I don't tell me what they do with them.
I don't know. I don't normally catch beavers. I catch different kinds of beaver.
All right. So let me get into my questions, my heavy-hitting questions here. Which fictional character do you relate to most?
Tom Sawyer.
Tom Sawyer.
Yeah.
All right. Why?
Huckleberry fan. Only book I've ever read.
There's be fictional characters. It could be like Aquaman. You know what I mean? It could be anybody.
It would be. What's a tough one?
Yeah, it is a tough one. I actually didn't think about this one before.
Yeah, that one I had to sit down. I don't know. I like the Avatar dude. He's pretty badass.
You ever play Mike Tyson's Punch Out?
No.
No, Little Mac.
I ain't never played.
That's
back like the old '80s game.
I mean, I think it was '90s Nintendo.
Oh.
Yeah. No, Mike Tyson Punch Out. Little Mac. If you can go back and have a conversation with your 10-year-old self, what would you say, and how do you think it would change who you are today?
I'd say, don't change a bit.
Yeah.
You badass little thing, you.
All right. I like that. Because
I guess every mistake I've made led me to who I am today. So
that's a good answer. It's a really good answer.
Privileged to be sitting here with that old behind me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Can't go wrong with that.
I mean, I do subscribe to that same thinking. Every pothole I fell in. You know what I mean? Led me into a brighter street.
Yeah, I read a deal the other day that said that every man that has tasted a little bit of failure is one that strives the hardest for success.
I like that. I like that. I also would tell myself, you know, I was not a wall for a little portion of my life. I was a wallflower a little bit. You know what I mean? And I would tell myself, my 10-year-old self, just dance. You know what I mean? Whatever the dance is, whether it's walking across the floor to ask a girl to dance, or it's to confront somebody, you know what I mean, that you want to dance with, or, you know, whether it's going for an opportunity, because that leads you to those failures and pitfalls that you learn from. And then, you know, but I wish I would have danced. I danced pretty early, but I wish I would have danced younger.
Oh, I boogaloo now.
What's one small everyday habit or ritual that consistently brings you joy, no matter how chaotic life gets?
I'd have to say, give my good Lord thanks every day I get up.
Praying. Really?
I'd have to say that'd be my number one.
I wish that was my answer. I mean, like, I'm going to work towards that being my answer now that you said that. Because I wasn't, I mean, yeah, I do pray, you know what I mean? But yeah.
Yeah, that's my biggest thing in life, really, that's got me through the struggles and things that I've gone through, you know, and which made me who I am today, just like I said. So.
Yeah. I would say what my little everyday ritual is that it leads me to spirituality. I like to get on my scooter.
Yeah.
It goes 38 miles an hour. And I like to drive by Indian River Drive on the water, and I like to have music in my headphones, and it's just the boogie on the scooter. You know what I mean? If I'm lucky on a day, I'll catch a pelican going on the side of my eye, flying next to me. You know what I mean? That's as close as I get to God out in nature, in my opinion. You know?
Right on.
But yeah, it's a nice little ritual I do every day. But do you believe people are more shaped by joy or pain?
Whew, these are some tough ones. Repeat that one more time now.
Do you think a person is more shaped in life by joy that they've been brought or by pain?
Well, it could be either one, I reckon. I mean, just by the things you go through in life, you know, it's just kind of like chiseling, hammering a chisel. You know, you got to chisel yourself into a better person every day, you know what I mean? So I guess it can go both ways, really, I think.
Yeah. So I will say, like, my the pain it has been brought into my life where I stepped into has made me a man. But I will say the joy that I learned from someone, say, like, you know, I think about joys, like I think about my grandparents, you know what I mean? And like the goodness they instilled in me, and even my parents and my aunts and uncles and stuff like that. But my grandparents are extremely like important people in my life, and like the joy that I experienced with them early in my life kind of brings me back to happy. When I could go dark, you know what I mean? That goodness that was instilled in me early on keeps me from going too far right. I think it brought me out of a lot of potholes and painful situations in my life too.
Like
you know
thinking of old Christmas moments back in the day when you were little.
Just like I'm a good person. I come from good stock. You know what I mean? I come from good roots, so you know, it's in me to be good.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I got you.
What does success mean to you right now?
Success. Oh, well, I had a little bit of success, you know, and I lost it through some of the things that I've chose to do in life. But being able to sit right here and have a fresher breath air and have two beautiful children that are healthy is successful enough for me. And if I look at it that way. But as far as what I want in life,
I mean, what do you think successful? I mean, what you just said right there seems successful.
I want to go TikTok famous. I want to be all over the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just one time at least.
Yeah, I hear you.
So,
try anything once?
Oh, yeah. Well, no. Yeah, kind of.
I usually try things 2 or 3 times to see if I like it or not. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, it's success for me right now, just being able to sit with myself and feeling content with, like, you know, where, and then everything, and then also things be content. I don't want to be content in shit, you know what I mean? But, you know, just having a nice, I think there's a fine line right there of like a monetary success and a peaceful success. Like, they can't, you know, you can't have too much of one without the other.
Yeah, and being going down on both of them.
Yes. I want to be
it out.
Yes, sir.
That's a Libra for you.
Yo, dude, that's good observation.
I am a Libra. Yeah.
I'm a Libra too, dog.
No way.
October 8th.
I'll be damned.
Hell yeah. And we're both short kings too, so it's another thing we have in common.
Something about September.
Can you describe a time someone loved you in a way you really needed?
Whew.
Yeah, we're getting deep on this podcast now.
Yeah. We'll keep this one PG though, right?
Yeah. I mean, it could be any way you want. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It could be a nice lady, you know, one night after a painful breakup. You know, it could be whatever you know.
Oh shoot. Man, you got me thinking.
I'll give you an example. When I was on drugs, everybody knows I was on drugs, but my grandparents. My grandma specifically, my grandma Betty Lou, no matter what, she'd always open her door for me, no matter what. And there was some nights I didn't have a place to stay, shower, or I'd been out for a couple weeks. You know what I mean? And I knew I could always call her, and probably to her detriment in some aspects. You know what I mean? In some situations, she opened the door always, and like I needed that love right then.
Yeah.
I felt like there was nowhere else to go. You know what I mean? She opened her door, and I'm always grateful for that.
I'd have to say, in a moment like that, Sabrina.
Yeah.
Sabrina, she'd always had the door open for me and food there and shower and in that time of my life,
Same Sabrina I know?
Yep, same Sabrina you know.
All
Yeah,
right, shout out Sabrina.
Yeah, shout out to her. Thank you.
All right.
But yeah, she always let me in, even the times that I didn't need to be. You know what I mean? She always opened the door with welcome arms, and same thing with another gentleman named Tommy Fletcher. He was the same way, and hard on me. Don't get me wrong, but tough love. But those are the kind of things in life that I cherish.
Yeah, I think I look at those people as angels on earth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In that moment.
Yeah.
When do you feel most at peace with yourself?
When my parents are happy with me.
Yeah, I think that's a good answer.
Yeah, my ex-wife.
That's a good answer, bro. Yeah, I mean that's the bar for a lot of people, and it was a long time. That's the bar.
Yeah.
My parents think I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay.
Yeah. As long as I make my daddy proud, then I'm doing right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, see, like it's me. It's like it's my daughter. It's like it's I don't know if it's always a good thing because I always have to if she's having a smile on her face or I look at contentment's on her face, then I'm okay. You know what I mean? So it's like sometimes we're doing crazy stuff. You know what I mean? I'm doing a lot with her just to keep that. But I just that's when I'm at peace with myself when I know she's good. Her belly's full. She's content with what she's doing. She's having a good time. She feels safe. You know what I mean? Her fingernails are clean. Toenails are clean. Her hair's brushed. Teeth are brushed. You know what I mean? Like when she's okay, then
everything's all right.
Yeah.
Sit back and relax.
Yeah. But what's one hill you'll die on, no matter how unpopular? And I'll give you mine. I'll give you two. Ketchup on hot dogs, I think is a disgrace. I think it's un-American. I think only mustard should be on a hot dog. Mm-hmm. Two, I won't tolerate any Dixie Chicks slander. Mm-hmm. Because everyone got on them for going against the Iraq War. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Everyone came against them. Turns out they were right. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So and they make a banger of an album.
Yeah.
Goodbye Earl.
Traveling Soldier.
Oh, dude, that song. Talk about a story song. Sad song.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right, so what's the hill you'll die on?
Well, I'll tell you right now, if I'd eat me a lettuce and tomatoes, tomatoes and mayonnaise on an egg sandwich, I kid you not. It should every restaurant should have that.
All right. Yeah.
I kid you not. It may sound like shit, but it's probably one of the. Once you taste it, you're gonna try a little taste of heaven.
Well, that's one thing that Philadelphia and Arkansas have in common because my girl and baby used to always make lettuce, tomato, mayo sandwiches for us.
Yeah.
Lettuce, tomato, mayo. But no bacon though. Just lettuce, tomato, mayo, white bread.
I'd eat it.
A little salt and pepper, dude. Get you through the day. When was the last time you felt truly uncontrollably happy, and what was happening in that moment?
I'd have to say my marriage was good, business was good. I built a house, paid cash for it. We were sitting on 3 acres of property that was paid for. Everything was paid for, and I just felt like I was on top of the world at that moment in time. So
contentment.
Yeah, I'm very, very proud of myself.
I was saying the lazy river this weekend. I was happy. I had no worries in the world. Mm-hmm. I was just floating around on the double tube. You know what I mean? Sun was coming out. It was a little overcast weekend. Sun was peeking through the clouds.
I try to keep every day that way, even though sometimes my wheels ain't turning the way I want to turn. I just try to remember, I'm here, I'm breathing, I'm walking, and my kids are smiling. So
I mean, it's any dad's happy day,
right?
Yeah. What show, song, or movie changed your life and why?
Show, movie.
Just pick one. A show, movie, or song that changed your life and why.
Oh man, you got me answering all these movies and.
Well, I'll give you an example. So I played soccer my whole life. I was pretty good at soccer, and I'm little, as you can see, right?
Big green.
But my 8th grade, the summer before 8th grade, remember the Titans came out, and I had never played football in my life. And then going into freshman year, I switched from soccer to football because of that movie. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I probably could have, been really good at soccer.
I'd have to say 8 seconds.
8 Seconds, the movie?
8 seconds, yeah. You ever seen that one with Lane Frost?
See, I haven't seen that movie, but I know the song by Jake Owen, 8 Second Ride.
Yeah. I'll never forget when that movie came out. I was knee high to a grasshopper. I don't know. We still had the old video cameras that were on the old shoulder. Remember that?
Yeah.
We watched that movie, me and my little brother, and we'd go out there to Grandpa's the next day. and Dad's out there wrestling up an old bull calf. Puts us on that son of a bitch, boy, and I'm telling you, we were riding it. More like 2 seconds, but that was.
Dude, I want to ride a bull, dude. I want to ride a bull once or be a rodeo clown one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bucket list. Yeah.
Well, I'll ride the bull. You be the clown.
That'd be nice, dude. I got ups, dude. I think I heard a little bull.
Dude, that's my bucket list.
or get launched in the air trying. Either way, it makes good video.
Hang on.
If you could pick one animal to be humanity's mascot, what would it be?
A cheetah.
A cheetah to be humanity's mascot. Why?
Gotta be able to move fast.
I would say golden retriever.
Golden retriever.
Who doesn't love a golden retriever?
Everybody loves a golden retriever.
And they swim, they have fun, but they'll protect you.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean, or at least let you know something's coming. You know what I mean? But everybody could be a little bit more like a golden retriever.
I don't know, cheetah, man.
Cheetah's vicious, bro.
Yeah, but it's kind of like a dog. Raise it as a baby, it'll grow up to love you.
Cats are different though, bro.
I don't know.
Cats are a little zesty.
You seen them Jesus people over there across the street, or not a street, across the country? They're walking with tigers and lions and all that.
What Jesus people?
Oh, ones that ride the camels.
Oh, yeah. They're not Jesus people.
Well, I don't know what they are.
They're Muslim.
Oh, well.
I got your point,
pet tigers.
All right, if you could reboot any canceled TV show or movie franchise, what would it be?
Baywatch.
Baywatch. Why? Yeah.
We used to grow up watching that. Oh my good Lord, I can't believe I just forgot.
You remember All in the Family? This is an old show. Archie Bunker.
Dukes of Hazzard.
All right, no, Dukes of Hazzard's a great show. I would bring back All in the Family. It's great.
You ever seen Dukes of Hazzard?
Yeah, I've seen. Come on,
the show.
Of course, I've seen Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh well.
I mean, if you're not a man, if you haven't seen Dukes of Hazzard, what's an invention we don't have yet you think would completely change the world for the better?
An invention, a baby simulator.
What's that mean?
You know how like when a baby's crying, you put them in a car and they go to sleep?
I would help a baby go to sleep.
Yeah.
Oh. See, I didn't have an idea for this, but you just gave me one. I would say baby simulator in a way like, all right, before you become a parent, you have to prove that you can take care of a child. And we give you like an AI baby.
They already do that.
It's a real, like an AI baby. But it's simulated. They have that already?
Yeah, when I was in high school.
Well, no, I'm saying it has to be mandatory that you have to do this. You have to apply to have a kid and be like, yeah, all right, I got to show I can take care of this thing. There's too many people out here that are not taking care of their kids properly. And it's a sin.
We had to when we were in high school. We had to wear the whole pregnant belly thing.
Oh, yeah. I'll talk about like a baby that cries in the middle of the night.
I'm telling you, man, we in one of those. It would cry in the middle of the night and you had to put a key in its back and turn it. And I kid you not, it's about 15 minutes before it shut up.
Yeah. That's good birth control for some people. You know what I mean? Everyone thinks it's easy. No matter how hard you think it's going to be, no matter what people tell you, you can't imagine things that pop up that just scare you to death.
God bless my mama. That's the reason I passed that class.
What's a tradition or value from your childhood that you've carried into adulthood, and why does it still matter to you?
Nutrition?
No, I'm sorry, I talk too fast. What's a tradition or value from your childhood that you carried into adulthood, and why does it still matter to you?
Respect a woman and open the door for her.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, one thing my daddy always made us to do is you open the door for a woman or the elders. You know, when you're sitting down, you get up and let somebody else sit.
I would say my dad taught me to treat the janitor like the CEO. You know what I mean? Because you never know who's who. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Treat everybody the same.
Yeah.
Because you never know who you're going to meet on your way up and down. You know what I mean?
Treat everybody with respect and kindness.
Yes, sir. If you can instantly master one skill or talent that you've always admired, what would it be, and how would you use it?
Harmonica,
like Blues Traveler?
Oh yeah, boy.
Brings you back. Yeah, that'd be sick, dude. Yep. Harmonica. I wish I could learn how to sing, because I feel like there's so many things that benefit you from singing other than just being able to perform. I would just sing to girls all the time on the street. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I really sing.
It's a muscle. You just gotta keep working it. It takes time and time and time.
I got a trashy Philly accent, bro. I think I'm incapable.
It's like them Australians, you can't. It's hard to understand.
Why do they all sing English though? They all sing English.
I don't know, but they sound damn good. Yeah. You can't even tell they got an accent.
Keith Urban is Australian as can be when he talks, and he sounds like a guy from Texas normal when he sings. Yeah,
right.
It's weird. Keith Urban's kind of weird too. We'll talk about that later. How has your understanding of trust and relationships, romantic or otherwise, changed over the years? You've been married and divorced?
Mm-hmm. Say that one more time.
All right. How has your understanding of trust in relationships, romantic or otherwise, changed over the years?
Trust.
So for me, I would say, when I become someone's friend or their lover, you get all of me. You get all my facilities. So like you get all my connections. You get all of my whatever I have, you have too. And with friendships, it puts expectations on it because some people aren't as comfortable. You know what I mean? So it's like I try not to put expectations on people anymore because then that leads to not necessarily them being a bad person, but leads to fucking some strife because I expected them to be like this because I was that way kind of thing. So that's something I've learned in life. There's different levels of friendship. You kind of got to act accordingly.
Well, I've always treated my wife differently than I treated my friends or my coworkers or whatnot.
How so?
You know what I mean? Because I try to give everything, as far as my wife, what's hers is mine and what's mine's hers. You know what I'm saying? I try to keep it that way. The biggest thing I have learned though is don't ever lie to them because they know. One time my wife, I was supposed to quit drinking, and I swear every time I drink, she could smell it from 10 years or however far away. And I bought me a 6-pack one time and I buried it in the woods. In a cooler, and I went and bought me a 6-pack of non-alcoholic beer, you know what I mean? And I'd pour that non-alcoholic beer and pour my real beer in there, and I'd be going around the yard mowing and shit, and then next thing you know, I'd have 12-pack in me, and not just being drunk or whatnot, but even she could tell. You ever heard that song Mama Knows?
Yeah.
That's her right there all day long.
The goal of my life is to have a relationship where I don't have to lie at all.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's my goal. Like I'm not settling for nothing other than that at this point in my life.
Well, that's why rehab came in good for me.
Well, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was my biggest issue.
One lady turned it around.
Yeah.
All right, we have 3 left. Who's a celebrity or public figure you think deserves more recognition for the work what's a celebrity or public figure you think deserves more recognition for their work or impact, and why? I'd say Mr. friggin' Rogers, bro.
Mr. Rogers?
Yeah, dude.
Blues Clues?
No, not. Oh, you said a Blues Clues guy? He's a weirdo.
Is that not Mr. Rogers?
No, Mr. Rogers is a dude from the neighborhood, dude.
Oh, I thought he was Blues Clues too.
No, Mr. Rogers, bro.
Hell, I don't
on
watch
PBS.
TV, man. I'd say Tim the Toolman Taylor.
Tim the Toolman Taylor.
Oh, Al Borland.
He did 10. Tim the Toolman Taylor did 10 years in jail for selling cocaine before he became famous. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
He did, yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, he did.
He did something right after that, didn't he?
And Mr. Rogers like, won't you be my neighbor? You know what I mean? He had the shoe, he came down, took his shoes off, put his slippers on.
I'll be
He had a whole show. PBS, dude. They make it to Arkansas. It's probably why you guys are all on methamphetamines. You can get no Mr. Rogers in your life.
Bill Nye the Science Guy over there.
He ain't even a scientist. You know that? He's not even a scientist, Bill Nye the Science Guy. It was all hoax. If you could outlaw one everyday habit or behavior you see in public, what would it be, and why does it drive you nuts?
Honking.
You don't like honking?
No, not here, but I tell you right now, I'm about
honker.
one step away from giving somebody an Arkansas ass whipping.
Dude, I don't like the. See, similarly, I hate people who don't drive the speed limit. So if the speed limit's 25, do 25. Don't be doing 17. That's crazy. Just because you're scared to drive if you're scared to drive your car, you should have a driver's license. And also, new law. At the age of 60, I want everyone to go down to the DMV, and they got to demonstrate that they can catch and then throw back a baseball 3 times. If they can't catch and throw a baseball to somebody 5 feet away 3 times, can't have a driver's license.
Yeah, get the hell off the road. Then,
Get off the road.
Nah.
Uber, or something. Start walking. Get your miles in. Get your steps in. All right.
Yeah, work it well.
All right. Last question. Looking forward, what's one legacy you hope to leave behind, whether it's for your family, community, or the world?
Never give up.
Never give up.
Never give up.
I like that.
No matter how hard life gets. And I even tell myself this today, sometimes I just want to wash my hands and get back on a plane and fly on home. But I know deep down that I can't give up because I know the good Lord's got me here for a reason, and bigger and better things are coming. And I just, even though I can't see it, I just got to have hope and faith and knowing that.
All you got to do is keep that thought in your heart.
Yep.
That this is all for a reason. You know what I mean? It's all going to lead you somewhere.
Absolutely.
Because I've had some pitfalls where I was like, why the hell is this going on right now? Like, I can't, because I'm overanalyzer. I got ADHD. I analyze shit in my head constantly. For months, I'd analyze, like, why is this happening to me? Why is that? And then, like, sure enough, 9 months later, oh shit, that's why that happened. You know what I mean? It put me in a better spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, just never give up. That's one thing I tell my children, you know what I mean? Even though you think you cannot do it or can't handle it, You can do it.
Yeah, that's the legacy I want to leave. Is I want my kid for my kid. I want her to be delusionally confident in herself that she can. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Everyone in the world that ever did something that meant anything was delusionally confident in themselves. And by delusional, it's not even that delusional. It's delusional to the people outside them thinking about it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But yeah, just be delusionally confident in your ability to do something that you love.
That, and just tell yourself you can do it. I mean, even if it's one of the biggest things in life that you just dramatically think that you can't do it. Like me moving up here, you know what I'm saying, and then going to start me a little construction company. In 4 weeks, you know, your odds of a normal person thinking like, this is full of shit.
Yeah,
you know
people shoot themselves in the foot before they even start. You know what I mean?
But I mean, I'm just living proof that, you know, that no matter how hard you try, I mean, you can make it happen.
You can definitely make it happen, bro. You got to put the footwork in, though.
And just like, you work up steps.
Yeah. So with that, we're going to wrap up this episode of the Tribeman podcast. I just want to say before leaving that if anybody needs any in the local Treasure Coast area, and the guy can do anything. You know, he can build anything. You know, carpentry wise, he can fix anything. Carpentry wise, drywall. I mean, you know, his craftsmanship and his carpentry. I mean, he's worked at my house multiple times. Anything. Chris is your man. Edgar's going to put his information somewhere right here on the podcast. Give my man Chris a call. And with that, you can find us on Spotify and YouTube, Tribeman Podcast. And if you have any interest in being on the podcast, I'd appreciate it if you DM me. Just my only 2 requirements: you got to have a story to tell, you got to have a sense of humor. So, thank you.